What is self-awareness and why do I need it? I'm going to tell you what and why coming up next. Welcome everyone to another episode of Leadership Roll Call, where we give you the tools to be a more effective leader. I'm your host, Michael Finley. Our topic today is self-awareness. What is it? Why do I need it? And how do I get it? Self-awareness refers to a person's perception of him or herself and how accurately reflects the perceptions of others. It is knowing your strengths and your weaknesses, your blind spots, your expertise, your good and your bad habits, and viewing those through an objective lens. It is being conscious of what you're good at and knowing the things that you still need to work on. Now, I know what you might be thinking. You're like, wait a second, I thought leaders were supposed to know everything, that they had all the answers, that they never admit their weaknesses. In highly competitive cultures, this may seem true, but it's actually counterintuitive. Think about it for a minute. If there is a manager out there that does not admit their weaknesses, people still know what they are. And if a manager does not admit their weaknesses, it actually highlights it, and it creates a perception of lack of integrity. So it is important for managers to know themselves, to admit their strengths and their weaknesses. And that's what self-awareness is all about. So why do I need self-awareness? Well, as I just mentioned, by being open about what you need to work on, you're creating a culture of integrity and collaboration. And also think about it. If you are doing this, or if you are aware of what your strengths and weaknesses are, and you freely admit it, you're being a role model for your other employees to admit that they may not know everything, that sometimes they need help. This will create a culture of innovation and collaboration. And for a company that really wants to be highly competitive, those are two key aspects that will really help them go a long way. So, how do I become self-aware? Well, unfortunately, self-awareness is not something you can buy. It's not something that you can flip a switch and automatically get. It's not something you can read about and automatically have. It is a process of something that you have to work on continually. The first thing you need to do to become self-aware is be mindful. Pay attention to what's going on. Don't be distracted by work or everything. Pay attention to people. Practice active listening. Listen to them and try to understand other people and what they're going through. The next step to becoming self-aware is receiving honest feedback. Now, I'm not talking about the feedback where you order people to tell something good about you. I'm talking about honest feedback. Get your peers and your employees to let you know honest feedback. And usually the best way to do that is through an anonymous source and using a tool like SurveyMonkey. This will provide a tool where they can give you honest feedback and it can still be anonymous. If your company provides it, one of the best ways to become self-aware is through a 360 survey review. Now, a 360 survey review is where your supervisor is involved, your peers are involved, and your employees are involved, and they grade you on topics like leadership, communication, integrity, problem solving, and things like that, depending on the process. But they rate you on those things and they give comments about those things. And it's a really great tool to learn about yourself and what others think about you, what their perception is of you. Another way to help you become self-aware is using a personality assessment like Myers-Briggs, DISC, or True Colors. Now, these aren't a perfect measurement or predictor, but it will facilitate self-awareness. So I suggest getting a personality assessment. When you pretend to know it all and never admit mistakes, you're a negative role model, which will hurt your credibility, your team's performance, and your organization. But if you're self-aware and you admit your mistakes and what you're going to work on, you're a positive role model, and it will enhance innovation and your own credibility, and will also increase collaboration with your people. I hope this topic was beneficial to you. I'd like to hear from you. What steps are you taking to become self-aware? And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. Until next time, good luck with becoming self-aware.